Welcome back. Today we're going to go over a consumer decision-making class to help better prepare you on how to make a decision. We are going to go over a vacuum class, and so here we go. Jack is a member of the consumer decision-making team in his local county 4-H club. Because of his experience, his mom has asked him to find a new vacuum for the family. The flooring in their house is a good mixture of tile, carpet, and fluffy rugs. Jack's mom wants a vacuum that is easy for multiple users and not too heavy. They have $250 to spend on a quality vacuum. Which vacuum should Jack recommend his mom purchase? So at this point, I have put the scenario at the top again. These are the 4 different products that Jack has to choose from when he is selecting a vacuum. Their maximum price limit is $250. And so if you look at all of the prices at the bottom of the screen, you can see that number 4 is $265. So that is completely out of their price range. They do not have the money to spend on that. So you can go ahead and X number 4. So now we're looking between vacuum number 1, number 2, and number 3. Take a minute to kind of look over what Jack is looking for. I always like to go back to the start of the scenario and see what specifically they're looking for. So in this scenario, it says that their house is a good mixture of tile, carpet, and fluffy rugs. You can see that they're going to need a vacuum that allows them to clean on all of those types of floors. We're going to look through number 1, number 2, and number 3 to see which one best fits that purpose. So you can see on number 1 towards the bottom, it says for bare floors and all types of carpet. Then we're going to move on so number 1 makes the check mark. So we're going to move on to number 2. So it says that number 2, the featherweight lightweight stick vacuum by Bissell, is for use on low pile carpets, area rugs, and hard surfaces. So while this vacuum might be good for a lightweight version of it, says it's for use on low pile carpets. And if you remember the scenario, it says that they have fluffy rugs. And while yes, this does say that it can clean area rugs, you would infer that low pile carpet and a fluffy rug would be opposite. And so you would say, maybe not quite there. But it does have, it weighs 2.6 pounds. And so that's very, very lightweight, which is what they're looking for. So if you look at number 3, we're going to move on to number 3 now and look what type of flooring it's best used to clean. So you can see 4th row down, it says brush roll shut off button for deep carpet and gentle bare floor cleaning. So that tells us that it has the capabilities to clean heavier carpet and flooring and regular flooring. So at this point, you're going to try to knock one more out. Based on what we've discussed, number 2 cannot provide the amount of cleaning that the family needs with the lightweight stick vacuum on the fluffy rugs. So I would put that one towards the bottom as well. So now you're kind of not even thinking about that one anymore, and you're just going to compare number 1 and number 3 to decipher what else is there. So now the next part of the scenario says that Jack's mom wants a vacuum that's easy for multiple users and not too heavy. So now we're going to look at ease of use and weight. So weight on number 1 on the Bissell Power Track is 11 pounds, and the weight on the Navigator on number 3 is 12.5 pounds. At this point, it's safe to say that number 1 is lighter than number 3. So you would place 1 over 3. However, it's still important to know that Jack's mom wants a vacuum that's easy for multiple users and not too heavy. So want and need is something that you have to decipher between, right? So they need a vacuum that can clean a good mixture of flooring, but they want one that's easy to use and not too heavy. So then you also don't want to forget about the price, the $250 that they have to be able to spend on a quality vacuum. While both number 1 and number 3 are within the price range, as well as number 2, also in the price range, number 1 is a cheaper price for even the smaller weight that they're looking for, and it has the capabilities to clean the mixture of flooring that they have in their home. Therefore, that's where I would decide that I would place number 1 over number 3, because it has everything that Jack is looking for in the scenario and that his family is looking for in a vacuum for their home. So we've decided 1 over 3. And I say over meaning like I'm placing it before number 3. We have to decide between number 2 and number 3 and compare the two. Number 2 is lighter in weight than number 3. Number 2 is still unable to clean that mixture of flooring that they have in their home, while number 3 is. Number 3 is still in price range. You do note that it is much more expensive than number 2. However, they still are going to have a much more difficult time using number 2 because it won't be able to clean their house as well as number 3. So therefore, I would place number 3, the Navigator, over the Featherweight Lightweight Stick Vacuum. So now we have 1 in first place, number 3, the Navigator, in second place. And so now we have to decide between number 2, the Featherweight Lightweight, and number 4, the D-Bot Slim Vacuum. So now you're going to go over, again, can they afford it? No, they cannot afford number 4. Can number 4 clean the type of flooring that they have in their home? It really says, if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th line down on number 4, it says best suited for bare floors. Therefore, it's really not even applicable to be able to use. The family can't really even use it. So I would again put 4 at the bottom. So I would place 2 over 4. So now that we've kind of rearranged and thought in our head, you would place 1 over 3, 3 over 2, and 2 over 4. So this class, you would place 1, 3, 2, 4. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you learned a little bit more about how a consumer decision-making contest works.